That's them all lit now. You missed a bit.
Yes.
But never mind, they're putting a smile on my face even if it's last night, and I am positioning these smoke generators in the shed. So basically, I'm going to light them. There's 12, I think, in the shed. They'll produce smoke and they'll fumigate the whole building. So if there's any bugs or creepy crawlies that were living in the grain last year, it'll exterminate them. And then we've got a nice clean shed for tomorrow. So we'll light them overnight. Tomorrow morning we open the doors, let the shed breathe and get all the air in, and hopefully we've got a really clean shed. We'll start storing grain in a few weeks. Got this little lighter here, it's like plasma. Hopefully I'll be able to light them quick, go up and down each row, then vacate the building, lock the door and take the key away. So here goes the first one. Easy. 2. 3. 4. See him giving off smoke now, so I'm going to put the phone down and keep going quick. So that's them all lit now. It's all rising up into the roof, fumigating the rafters. I was just getting going now. So, flick the lights off and lock the shed. As you can see now, it's wafting right up into the ceiling. That's the last shed now. See him get going. Just jet it out into the rafters, fumigates the roof and then drifts down, does all the nooks and crannies. Tuesday morning, that will not be going anywhere for a while. 27 mil rain last night. So I think we had 2 inch up until yesterday in July. Last year we had 4 inches in July. So if you add that to it, we're at 3 inches already and we're only on the 15th. So potentially this July could be wetter than last July. The other thing is it was what was called St. Swithin's Day yesterday. And they reckon if it rains on that day, it means it'll rain for 40 days and 40 nights. So today we're going to be building an ark. No, actually I'm going to check the weather station because it keeps getting spiders' webs in it. It's kind of lives in that field with the grass, and I think it would be better on a roof because then we get a lot of spiders and a bit of wildlife and insects in the grass, and they climb in and block the little thing. Every so often you'd have to check it and I keep forgetting. So I'm going to clean it out because I think it's full of water because it's not been able to go through the little paddle wheel that measures the rainfall. I can't even remember which way this gate opens. Yep, it is full of water. So there's a little mesh there that we can take off. Get bits of grass in it, and then we'll give it a little bit of a poke in the bottom. There you go, it's counting the rain now. Got some big bugs as well floating in it. Just gonna think now we've had like 2 inches of rain in 10 minutes. Sorry, in 30 seconds. Lee's here from Trimble setting up all the GPS for the drill. Teaching Morgan how to use it properly. I'm just gonna quickly brush where we'll be messing with the dryer. We'll just do a little bit of cementing ready for when we put the wall back in a few weeks. Sophie's arrived from Carshire just in time to wash the wheelbarrow and show us how to use it proper. So after a full induction from Sophie now, we know what we're doing. My dad's brought his car over for washing. I've turned the soap on to 2.
Yeah, perfect.
So it'll come through in a second. Just been showing us in here. All the wiring's high up because a lot of people get rodents coming into them because it's obviously warm in the winter and there's water there. The wiring's kept high up, and also if you turn that to minus and then that all the way around, it'll make steam and you can use it for taking paint and stickers off things. And then that's if there's hard water, it sucks that through, stops the burner corroding from the inside. Oh yeah, and someone also said they didn't know where the screws and the nozzle were. Well, That. It's got that glove box and that glove box. While she's here, she may as well show us how it's done by making that look splendid again. You've missed a bit. Still set to field mode, so I've just put it blowing the tyres back up now. I've washed it up. There's like a little groove down the bit of the bonnet I've missed. It's a bit annoying. Andrew's rained off and he wanted to play with the new jet wash. Oh, the window's open? Yeah. Oh! Yeah, the hedge cutter leads go over the window. Morgan's back in the drill in the shed because we're going to drop it off, empty that other shed out tonight and fumigate it. And they're going to go and set, Lee's going to set the GPS up in the field, are you? You need to get your axle over before you swing it in. More manoeuvrable than a 416 they are. That tractor. A 728's got a better turning lot than a 416. You'd have to go up and get over a bit. Because you've got an audience, that's why you can't back up. Is that a shamrock you've written by your name, Rob?
No artist, am I?
I've got my chalk out and I've been marking where to put sockets and plugs and light switches. The electrician to put all the wires in so that then we can put the plasterboard on the ceiling where all the wires and lights are going for everything. I think we're going to have the sink in here because that's where the water will be the other side for the toilet. There'll be a sink, dishwasher, and we could even put a washing machine as well in if we wanted. I think Morgan's washed that one off, or he's about to. Rob's just been having his GPS training off the Trimble guy as well. Have a quick dinner, and then we'll get some stuff done. This trailer's all been washed off as well because sold it Bill and Joe and did a deal with Hog to keep it fresh, and that's hopefully coming this week. So that's all spruced up. We've just found the lost pigeon, so Rob's going to put it in Morgan's car. Put your hand out and put it, try and feed it.
Take two in a bit.
40, so it's 19.5 now, I'll get it to 44. What's this one? 60-minute cooling timer. Yeah. Batch time, storage time. Unload manual. Yeah, we'll do that.
We unload manual.
Yeah.
Because it'll be set on crossover.
Right. We're just putting the first batch of 2024 of barley through the dryer. So are you ready now then?
Yeah.
Start the fans, please. Name that program.
Just double check in.
Yes. You started cutting on it, so that's the main auger going. And the mixer. Yeah, there's the mixer coming round. Then that's that fired up. Second, that'll come up and the barley from the other side of that wall. Well, there you go, that's running down because this stuff's come out the top. A few leaves just come out of it because it's blown in before. Now the barley flowing into the dryer. So this is the barley we cut yesterday. Now it's pulling it through that auger. So, well, it's a trench conveyor. They're empty at the front, which is good because it means if we brought more, we'd then tip it in. Then going out the back through that wall into the bottom of the dryer, into there, up the main centre auger. There's not really anything in yet, so it's not started coming out the top. In a minute you'll see it coming out the top up there and cascading down through, and then we'll turn the water pump. There you go, it's coming through now. Go around there now, turn the water supply on, and then hot water will be in that heat exchanger in that dog kennel there. And some hot air into the dryer. That hood on the top of the hoover. That'll hoover the rubbish out of it. Put it into the bay behind there at the bottom of them ropes where the cyclone is. And we should have a nice batch then of dry barley in a couple of hours. John's just taking off that handle that was there because when you walk through, you bang your knee on it. That's coming in now. You can see it cascading down now. Maybe not. Because of the way the sun's drying, but see that inner cone? That has hot air blowing up inside it through this yellow tube. And then it pushes the hot air through the grain. You'll have a jacket of grain in a minute, all the way around the whole thing. And then once it gets to temperature, that'll mean it'll be dry. I don't know whether anyone's been watching PX Farms, but James Peck was showing how his dryer worked the other day. It is what's called a continuous flow. So how you control that is, the moisture goes in at the top, the grain goes in at the top and it drops to the bottom and it controls how long it takes to drop through it. The problem with dryers like that is, like he explained as well, you've got to have a consistent moisture going in. That thing doesn't matter, it'll just keep heating up till it gets to the right temperature. And then once it's got to the temperature it's dried, it discharges and then refills. A continuous flow dryer can be slightly quicker but takes a lot more managing than a batch dryer. And a batch dryer also improves your bushel weight because it's circulating it all the time, it's polishing the grain, it's scrubbing it. So that's why we prefer a batch dryer. A continuous flow it's not sort of very rough on the grain, so that means then that it doesn't actually knock the bits and bobs off it to give you a better bushel weight, and you're constantly making sure that what goes in is consistent. And when you've got small fields and you're changing all the time or you get showers of rain, you can't really, unless you have an expensive setup with different bins with different grades in, it's very hard to manage. So that one you can kind of leave it to it, and we've got an app on our phone now as well, or we should have an app on our phone very soon to monitor it from our phone. But literally you fill it up, it gets up to temperature, you set the temperature for when it's dry, it stops, it cools it and then discharges it. So the dryer started filling up and then that chain up there snapped, the trench conveyor chain, which is so annoying because it snapped last year, so we ordered a new one because it's obviously 12 years old for the new dryer. It arrived in a box last week. We had this up yesterday and I said to Rob, I said, should we pull that new chain in? He went, oh, let's just get that barley done and we'll do it on a wet day. And it's just snapped after it took the first half ton. Oh. So I think we should blame Rob because it was him that said not to change it. So this is the new chain ready to go in that box. Need to put this SIM card in the new dryer. Problem is, the old dryer is 12 years old. This SIM card's 12 years old and they make them a lot smaller now. Don't think it's going to fit without trimming it down. You can buy SIM card trimmers. If not, I might have to ring Vodafone and get them to send us a different SIM card. Oh well, that's handy. It fitted in there. So that's the router now. So we can shut this back up, turn the power back on, and then we can hopefully get it on the app. You see how that works? See how it carries it up and drops it as it comes round the bend. Drops it down, then it goes down that tube. But see how this is broken and bent, so and worn out. So that's why we've got a new one. That concrete bit there, we put a mix to mix before in a wheelbarrow, concreted that, so we just put some wood on now so the dust doesn't stick to it. That's ready for the panel going back in. So this Trimble will turn around at the end of the field for you, but you can also get YouTube, and I've just typed in Ollie and look at that, I'm higher than Ollie Mers. So now, oh, I've pressed the wrong button there. I'm Ollie Alexander Uzi. Let's go again, Ollie. How good's that? So you can go up and down the field. I need to log in so I don't see the adverts. How do you make that bigger? Oh, you can't. How can I make that bigger now?
Wait till the adverts done.
I have to wait for the adverts to finish. Oh no, I've paused it, haven't I? So that's doing it through its own modem.
Yeah, so you see that black box on the back of it? Yeah, that's the modem there. So it's on a French server at the minute, hence why everything's in French.
So we can watch YouTube. And then this will go up and down the field and turn around on its own. How good is that? There's Rob running. We're going to smoke bomb this shed tonight as well, so we're just emptying everything out of it now. Anything, I mean, that kind of lives in here for a bit anyway. The pedestals, that's fine, we want to fumigate them. But we don't want the cab of this and that smelling, and the John Deere, so we're taking them out. This shed was cleaned out a few weeks ago for the event we did for ADAS. So we'll fumigate it, and then it just needs a quick brush back out again when we come to start storing grain in it. It looks massive from this angle. RABI, the charity, the farming charity, I've got a back to school grant going for to help people out with, you know, I think it's like school uniforms and all that kind of stuff. So it's open now. I'll put a link below this video, but that's a little bit about it if you want to go and check it out. That conveyor's all fixed now. Well, lodged up with a bolt in it. The dryer's nearly full. You can see how much it's pulled in now. It's probably going to be like just short of 2 dryer full maybe. Can you see where I missed a bit on the bonnet or not? I do have a feeling that in a few months' time, this may have took the crown as being the best tractor fence ever made, because it does drive like a 724. It's manoeuvrable as a 724, and it's quicker on the road, and it's got more power, but it has got one extra step to get in the cab. Bit dirty, that window. On the farming forum, they're all like, oh, he's not representative of farming because he's bought new tractors. Eh? I need tractors every day. I want reliable tractors that are going to work. If these 2 tractors cost me to within £80 a month of the 2 that went, that had both run out of warranty, that's business sense, isn't it? Someone says it's impossible because there's probably nearly £250,000 here. It isn't. When we first looked at the figures, it's financing over 60 months as we normally do. The figures weren't stacking up correctly. We messed around, realised we're only going to keep them 3 years. There's a subsidised finance, it wouldn't stretch to 60 months, but it nearly did to 36 to make them not quite 0%, but very, very, very cheap finance. We managed to keep the payments the same. If they don't depreciate like the other fence I've had in the past, I won't be eroding any of the equity I've put into them. So it's funny how everyone seems to know my business better than me, but no, there we go. They within £80 a month, so pretty much the same payments. Someone said, oh, so which I then replied on the farming forum and told them this, and then someone went, what, that old 936 you still had on finance, because it was obviously 10 years old. Well, we bought that in Ori just less than 3 years ago on a 60-month deal when interest rates were cheap, and the idea of having it on 60 months was the monthly payments worked out less than the tractor we used to hire off Adam. I just can't believe everyone on the farming forum seems to think that they can run their business better than mine, and then when they say that you go on holiday and buy a nice car, you're not representative of farming. I'm sorry, but I'm running a business around farming so that I can pay for 2 other farms, so that there's 3 units. I've got 3 children, and at least the whole thing doesn't have to fall down. If someone wants to have the money in a few years, they can all have a farm and a business each. I just can't understand people on the farming forum at all. The other week they were on about, they were moaning because Farmer Phil uses old gear, and then they're moaning that I'm using new gear. Absolutely crackers. It's because they all hide behind an alias screen name rather than actually their own name. But yeah, don't know if any of you use the farming forum, but there's a whole thread on there having a big whinge about people on YouTube, and I'm the topic of it this week. But never mind, they're putting a smile on my face, even if they're not putting a smile on the face of people on the forum. Don't forget, it's that time of year when things do go on fire. So I'm putting, well, That's just reminded me because I've just woman had left one in the brew out to the tractor, but I need to put some brackets in these, fasten them in. If you want them, they're on the website, as well as all the merch and the hoodie that I was wearing before I've lost, so I found this other one in the workshop. Yeah, Ian's obviously back, so last week we didn't post anything out because Ian was on holiday, but if you want any merch, get on with it. Get your t-shirts now for when the summer comes. I think Oscar's back off his holidays tomorrow, which is handy because he'll be back to brush the yard. Back on the sprayer today for the birthday bun. We've got Gethin Jones is 9, David Elwell is 45, Ian Cleveley, I think it is pronounced, is 60, Brian's 50, and Liz and Dave first wedding anniversary was yesterday, and I forgot that's my sister. Hi Viz Liz. £70,858 as well, all raised for the North West Air Ambulance. So thank you very much everyone that's donated. There's a solenoid playing up on abatement, so John's took the lid off. Hopefully it'll come in the post tomorrow and we'll swap that, and that's all back to normal. That is about all for today. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, click like. Let us know how you're feeling as a percentage today. It's been a wet day. We had 37, 38 mil of rain, I think we measured. What did you have? But yeah, it's definitely dampened the mood. So I'm probably 75% today. I was probably 95 yesterday until it started raining. Got the feel it was about 90. But yeah, how are you today? Let us know in the comments, and I'll see you tomorrow.